late at night in the dark. At least when I'm not with you, it's like without you I just fall apart. And I don't know what I'm heading into, 'cause all of my emotions flow in a way that I just can't control. 'Cause I'm new to this, I don't know how to act, but I feel alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. I'm alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. Alive, alive. You got no limits, I like that you're free. I wanna be that way with you. Chasing highs to take the weight out of me. Far from lows, I don't ever feel blue. 'Cause all of my emotions flow in a way that I just can't control. 'Cause I'm new to this, I don't know how to act, but I feel alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. I'm alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. Alive, alive, I used to be so low, now I can't be alone. I used to be so, but I feel alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. Alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. Alive, alive, I feel alive with you. Alive. I feel lost late at night in the dark. At least when I'm not with you, it's like without you I just fall apart. And I don't know what I'm heading into, 'cause all of my emotions flow in a way that I just can't control. 'Cause I'm new to this, I don't know how to act, but I feel alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. I'm alive with you. Take it easy on my heart, otherwise I fall apart. Alive, alive, alive.
when you can't control what's happening around you, and that's more times than not, isn't it? Control how you react to it. That is really important. And that's all that really matters, right? All that really matters is you, right here in this moment, in this hour of our restorative practice. Use your breath and your yoga to calm you down. I'm Jan, this is 316 Yoga, that's Bonnie and Piper back there, and this is your yoga from home. It's a 1 hour long practice. You think, oh, an hour, that's a long time. Maybe you could only stick around for 10 minutes, but that is beneficial too. Just the act of coming to your mat, realizing it is time for you, and just finding peace is so important. Every day our practices are different. Today you're going to find a lot of opening through the chest and through the back, which is awesome, which is really good for respiration and for calming you down, because your breath is the ticket to calming you down. All right, so let's get started. As the bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. You always want to do what's right for your body. Don't hurt. If something hurts, back out of it. Take it to a lesser percentage, or just, say, I'm going to get a cup of coffee now. That's just not for me. You do what is right for you and don't hurt. The word to think about as you practice today, and think of all of these words. I think there are 28 words listed in the dictionary for the definition of soften. Soften means to yield, to change in shape, to not be hard, to not be stiff, to produce agreeable sensations, to be pleasant and comfortable. And that's what this is about. The practice is unhurried today, and it's very deliberate. We have long holds today in our poses. I think the shortest one is 5 minutes long. All right, and I'm going to be pretty quiet too. I'll get you set up, and I'll be quiet, and I'll just let you know when the time has elapsed. Be near a wall to do legs up the wall at the end, and have these other props handy as well. A little towel or an eye shade, 2 yoga blocks, a nice blanket, a yoga blanket. What is that? Just a throw from your sofa, or one of these Mexican blankets. They're really, really comfortable. Maybe a weighted blanket feels really good. Nice to have some water nearby, and kind of the cornerstone of your restorative practice, a bolster. You can have a big, strong pillow from your sofa. That'll improvise until you buy a nice big bolster. Get a nice big, comfortable bolster. This one is filled with buckwheat. It's one of my favorite. I've been through a lot of them, and this one just kind of conforms to your body. I'll post a link to this on our Facebook page, Friends of 316 Yoga. Let's get started. All right, so bring your bolster to the mat. Stress number, we always talk about that. Stress number, lock it in your mind on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What's going on in your body? Bring your bolster vertically onto your blanket. We're going to begin in child's pose. Bring your knees on up to about the lower third of the bolster, so you can sit your bottom down on the bolster. I guess I got to come up to about half. Bring the block to the top of the mat. Bring the towel onto the block. Just kind of set it up nice and comfy. Maybe even your eye shade would be a nice little pillow there. And grab your blanket. Think, it's the month of costumes and Halloween. Think superhero cape, right? All right. So put the bolster, or put the blanket onto your back. Very plain and simple, but the little bit of weight really helps. Still your mind. Still your mind. Come on down to your bolster. Place your chest onto your bolster and your forehead onto the block. Just let your mind unwind and your body relax here. You're going to open up and breathe through your back. I am going to set a timer, and we are going to be here for about 5 minutes. So nestle on down to your bolster. Place your head onto the block and spread your knees a little bit wider. Arms wherever they're comfortable for you. Imagine the whole chest resting on the bolster as you take big breaths out of your back. Really rest your head. Really rest your chest. Let that blanket, the weight of the blanket, push you down into the bolster a little bit more. Let the thoughts go and focus only on your breath. If it's comfortable, maybe breathe in and out of your nose with the lips closed. You decide. what works for you. I'll let you know when the time is up. Soften in your jaws. If your teeth are touching, create a little bit of space there. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And if you have to move your bolster a little this way or that, do so you can really let your torso fully rest on your bolster. Your arms are heavy. There is no tension, no holding back in them. Your forehead is heavy on your block, really letting the head fully rest. And your chest is really nestled into the bolster. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Your breath is deep and it's out of the backs of your lungs. Think of the backs of your lungs expanding to the sides of your mat as you breathe deeply and softly. Maybe for you today, this is the pose that you want to stay in for perhaps the entire practice. If that is what is speaking to you, stay right here. If you want to move on to a fish pose, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly, maybe keeping your eyes closed, press on up off of your bolster in the block. Scoot them aside for just a moment. Don't let them go too far. And come into a pentacle before we go into that fish. So enjoy the transition. Come onto your back nice and slowly. Enjoy the movements of getting here. Slowly send your legs long. Spread your heels to the bottom corners of your mat. Lift your arms up nice and slowly overhead and bring your body into the shape of the letter X. Eyes are closed. Take a few deep breaths here as we transition. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Soften in your face. Let your fingers reach to the two corners of the room and let your toes reach to the other two corners of your room. Just a nice big resetting stretch. Jaws are soft. Eyes, the area between the eyebrows is soft. Stay here if you like. I'm going to come into a supported fish pose. If you want to join me, bring your arms slowly down by your sides. Bring your legs back together to the midline of your body. And just gently press on up. Roll your bolster back into the scene. Vertically onto your mat. Maybe bring your eye shade and your blanket and one of the blocks. Bring one of the blocks to a stable height down at the bottom. Then bend your knees and place the pinky edge side of your foot onto the block. Scoot the block up so your bottom is kind of at the base of it. And then come to recline. Find what's comfortable for you. Move that bolster around. Cover your eyes with your eye shade. I think that's the best part. And cover your belly or your entire body with your blanket. Now we're going to stay here for 10 minutes. You're probably thinking, how in the world can I do this? 10 minutes. Calm your spirit by stilling your body. Find what's comfortable and start to think about breathing through the front of your chest. Shoulders will be back, hugging the bolster. Take deep breaths in. And as you lengthen your breaths, breathe in comfort and peace. And think of breathing out tension and tightness. I'll be quiet, and it's 10 minutes. I'll let you know when the time is up. between your eyebrows. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Heavy arms, soft shoulders. No thoughts, just your breath. In and slow, soft, full breaths out. stillness in your body. And it's only the wave of your breath in and out that you're aware of. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You've been here in your supported fish pose for 10 minutes. Perhaps when you first came in, you thought, oh, how am I going to do this? And maybe now you're saying, I like it. I want to stay longer. If that's the case, please do that. I'm going to move into a brief pentacle pose, and then I'm going to move into a side lying pose on the bolster. If you'd like to stay here, enjoy the pose longer. If you'd like to join me in pentacle, draw your knees together at the midline of your body. Just scoot the block off of the mat. Roll off your bolster, one side or the other, and just enjoy the transition. And just scoot the bolster aside, not too far because we're coming right back to it. Come into your pentacle pose. Legs go long on the bottom of your mat. Arms go high overhead. Enjoy the transition. Reset here. There's always new beginnings. Take advantage of them. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. A few more breaths here as you just enjoy how good it feels to stretch like a big capital letter X. Stay here longer if you like. I'm going to move into that side lying pose on the bolster. If you'd like to join me, Float your heavy arms down by your sides. Bring your legs back together to touch. And gently press on up so we can set up here. Press on up. Find your bolster. Bring it back to your mat, but in a horizontal orientation. You had it vertical before. Bring it horizontal. Find a block and bring a block to the top of your mat. Same thing, you might want to grab your blanket and cover up. Come on down to your side. I'm going to start on my right side, and I'm going to wiggle the bolster down kind of in that curve of your waist. You just get comfortable here. You'll figure it out. Come on down. Your head can rest on the block. The arm can go, the bottom arm can go wherever feels comfortable, maybe reaching to the top. And the top arm can be down by your side. You can rest here, and this becomes quite intense if you scoop the block on up and let your extended right arm rest on the block and bring your head on down to the ground. So you do what feels right for you. And the biggest thing, get that bolster right. You'll know when you hit the sweet spot because it's going to be a nice big stretch. Top arm can meet the other arm on the block if that feels good. Nestle in, settle in, and I'm going to set a 5-minute timer here. Close your eyes and enjoy whichever variation of the deep stretch on your left side, whatever feels best for you. I'm going to move my bottom arm, my right arm, so it's kind of parallel with the bolster. And I'm going to reach toward the front of my room. Left arm is going to be by itself on the block for now. My right hip is down on the mat. And I'm feeling a pretty good stretch in my left side. Eventually, if you like, you can move that block under the left hand aside and let the hand, perhaps, come down to your mat. And you got your left bicep right up by your left ear. Little bend in the knees feels good for me. Maybe you like to have your legs straight or bent, you decide. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. As you breathe out, let every little bit of holding on tension go. Take another deep cycle of breath. And let it go. All right, we're going to transition to the other side. You decide here, do you want to roll slowly onto your back, or do you want to roll on your belly? But make your way, just roll nice and softly. I'm going to switch so my bottom's not facing the camera, but you just roll belly or back onto the other side, onto your left hip. And get set up here. Your bolster's probably in a good spot because you got it just right on the other side. Blanket covering you. Nestle in, block at the top. You can have your left arm go to the top of your mat and rest your head on your left bicep. Right arm can be by your side or stretch it to meet the left hand. Hands can be up on the block if you like the depth of that stretch. Legs can be long or bent, whatever feels comfortable for you. You'll feel a nice big stretch along your right side. Settle in, get comfortable, and we'll be here for 5 minutes. And with that bottom arm, the left arm, maybe it feels more comfortable to work it parallel to the bolster, maybe the palm face up as the arm reaches toward the front of your room. And the other arm, the right arm, can reach all by itself to that block that's stretched out as far as feels good, or no block at all. You decide what you like. Calm your spirit by stilling your body. Not engaging the thoughts, they'll be there when you come out of the practice. Just focus on your breath. Big breath in and big breath out. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. And just breathe. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Deepen and soften your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you're ready, let's go into pentacle pose. I'm going to keep my bolster where it is, so this is going to be a pretty intense pentacle. If you want to slide it out, go right ahead. I'm going to roll onto my back. You could press into your feet and scoot the bolster out if you prefer. Or take the bolster and leave it right where it is. Come into your pentacle here. Arms lift high overhead. Legs spread to the edges of your mat. Soften in your low back and breathe. And if you got the bolster there and you've decided I don't like it, bend your knees, press into your feet, and just slip the bolster aside with your hips lifted up. Just to get the bolster out of there. But if you like it, let's just stay here for a few more seconds. Breathe. We're going to transition into legs up the wall next. If you don't want to scoot to the wall, you've got the convenience of doing it here on your bolster. So I'll show you that first, and if you want to make your way to your wall to go into your legs up the wall, go for it. Arms down by your sides, bend your knees, press the hips on up. If you're making your way to the wall, scoot the bolster aside, and I'll see you at the wall in a minute. If you want to stay on the bolster for legs up the wall, scoot the bolster so it's a little bit lower. Bend your knees, send your legs up to the sky, and rest here. You can cover with your eye shade and or your blanket. I'm going to make my way to the wall. And take what you want with you to the wall. Maybe you want to have the blanket up next to the wall. Maybe you want to bring your eye shade or your towel. Scoot one hip up to the wall. Send your legs up the wall. Heels on the wall. You're not at a perfect 90-degree angle. You got a little bit of space. Your bottom is a couple inches away from the wall. Cover your eyes. Rest here. Arms down by your sides, palms face up if you like. Hand to heart, hand to belly if you like, to reconnect with your breath and your heartbeat. You decide what feels good for you. Soften in the shoulders and let the legs relax. the heart slows down and you are at peace. Going to stay here for about 5 minutes, or you can stay longer because the pose after this is our final Shavasana, and you could stay here in lieu of your final Shavasana. I'll let you know when 5 minutes has elapsed. Breathe deeply. No thoughts. And find peace in your body in this moment. Soft shoulders, heavy spine, tailbone down, breath deep and soft. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, what's it gonna be? You are the absolute one and only best authority on you. Do you wish to stay here in your legs up the wall for what will end up being a total of about 12 minutes? Or do you want to come off the wall and come into final Shavasana? You decide. I'm going to bend my knees, roll off the wall, come onto one hip, make my way back to my mat, and I'm going to take my bolster horizontally on my mat and I'm going to put it underneath my knees. I like that. I'm going to bring my eye shade, my blanket, and my little towel and cover up. Cover up with your blanket if you like. Bolster under the knees for support. Come down to fully reclined. Spread the legs a little bit. Get comfortable there. I'm going to slip the towel under my neck, that little like mouse hole area, the natural little curve of the neck. Cover the eyes with the eye shade and come into final Shavasana pose. Arms down by my side. Wiggle the shoulders a little bit so they're comfortably nestled into the mat. And let's rest here. We'll be here for about 5 or so minutes. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Keep the thoughts at bay and focus only on the depth and softness of your breath. No tension, just peace is permeating this one and only wonderful body of yours. Deepen your breath. Whichever pose you're in, you might still be in that child's pose on the bolster, or maybe on legs up the wall, or maybe a pentacle variation. Wherever you are, stay longer if you like, if that's what's speaking to you. I'm going to conclude the hour by coming out of my final Shavasana. If that's what you need to do too, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, circle the wrists and the ankles. Just let it feel good here for a moment or two. Circle the ankles in both directions, move the feet, the hands. When you're ready, reach high overhead, point your toes to the bottom of the room, stretch it out nice and deeply. Let it all go as you bend your elbows and your knees. Scoot the bolster aside and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arm can be a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder. Just enjoy this moment here. Take a couple deep breaths. As you're ready, maybe keep the eyes closed, keep the magic going just a little bit longer. Press on up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to a prayer center position. Press your thumbs slightly into your chest. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, soften in your shoulders. Feel the firm, strong foundation beneath you and know that you are supported in so many ways. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lightly blink your eyes open. That concludes our practice. You did an hour-long yoga practice. How does it make you feel in your body? Are you calmer? Are you more at peace? That's really important. We all want peace. Who doesn't? But it's elusive sometimes, isn't it? But did this yoga bring it back for you? I sure hope so. All right, I want to say hi to Sherry, Stan, Liz, Lynn, Tammy, Rita, Kelly, Margaret, Connell, and Rob. Thanks for watching live today. Everybody else, thank you for being here. All right, close your eyes for a second. Bring your hands back to prayer center. And think about the fruits of the Spirit. And think about these things inside of you. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. You've got them all, and I hope the yoga brought it more to you today. From me to you, much love, and I'll see you on your mats tomorrow. Namaste. Love you guys. Bye. Stress number? A lot better, isn't it? It's all good. Hi, Piper. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Hi, how are you? Hi, Bonnie. They had their hair cut. Bye. Oh, good girl. Good girl. I love you guys. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Good girl. Good girl. Stay in the actions and out of the results. The results will take care of themselves. Just keep coming back, doing your yoga, and enjoying yourself and having fun. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. So tell your friends about the great things that the yoga is doing for you. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can go to our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay strong, stay focused, and stay in the action. And the results will take care of themselves. See you on your mats tomorrow.